Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, guys? I'm back with another great video for you guys, man. It's going to be a good video, man. All right? We're going to continue to debunk the nonsense. We're going to continue to celebrate Michael Jordan, guys, right? You know what it is, man. We're going to continue on this same path that we've been on. We're going to continue to celebrate Michael Jordan, and we're going to put his career in perspective, man. Then we're going to tell the truth about his career, right? Because a lot of people are out here lying, and we can't let this stuff stand, man. We can't let it stand. We will not allow the lies to stand. They will not prevail, guys. So as usual, guys, I want to say thank you guys for watching my videos, man. Thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are leaving some nice comments, man. I really, really appreciate everything, guys, man. You know, I know my videos are not flashy. They're not fancy. They're not entertaining to watch. But like I always say, just hit the play button and go do what you got to do. Go get dressed. Go get your breakfast together. Go brush your teeth. Get ready for work. Get ready for school. Whatever it is, guys, just hit that play button. Just listen to my video. Play in the background while you're doing whatever. You don't have to watch it. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you guys the facts here. All right? All right. So in this video, I want to talk about something that I would hear regularly from the Jordan detractors, from people who do not really understand Michael Jordan's career, who do not know about Michael Jordan. They'll try to say the same things, that Michael Jordan was a ball hog. I've actually heard people say that Michael Jordan was a ball hog, Michael Jordan was a chucker, and they'll try to make it seem as if that's all Michael Jordan did, was just shooting and stuff like that, and you know, that was what he was. He was just this guy who just shot a lot of shots, man, played a lot of ISO ball, a lot of one-on-one stuff, man. And in this video, we're going to talk about how that was not true at all. And we're going to explain, I'm going to explain to you and give you guys the evidence, the proof. And what I'm talking about when I say that Michael Jordan was never a ball hog or a chucker. And we're going to put it into perspective, guys, right? We'll give some context behind that nonsense that people will actually try to say that Michael Jordan was somehow a ball hog. Right? You've heard Pippen recently say something that Michael Jordan was a terrible player, was all one-on-one and stuff like that. So, guys, first we have to think about Michael Jordan and when he first came in the league, right? That's what we have to think about. We have to think about Michael Jordan first coming in the league, right? I've told you guys in past videos, go check out my other videos about the rookie roster that Michael Jordan came in playing with, and look at the roster that Michael Jordan had up until 1989, 1990. He was playing with zero talent, guys. He didn't have any really talent on his team. So when Scottie Pippen says these comments about Michael Jordan being a horrible basketball player, or that Michael Jordan having to do a lot of one-on-one and things like that, you have to also put that into context. Why was Michael Jordan playing that way? Well, Michael Jordan had to play a certain style because he literally had nobody else on his team. There was literally nobody on the team, guys. Who was on Michael Jordan's team? Charles Oakley? Dave Corzine? Orlando Woolridge. These are the guys you're trying to tell me that Michael Jordan was supposed to be winning with and doing all these crazy things with, and, you know, playing quote unquote team basketball. I don't understand, you know, what Scottie Pippen's saying or what he's trying to imply with those comments about Michael Jordan being a one-on-one player or an isolation player, things like that. So when we think about those first 3-4 years, even when Scottie Pippen got there, Horace Grant, what were these guys doing? They were not doing anything. Right? Scottie Pippen did not come in ready to play the game of basketball on the NBA level. He took several years to develop, guys, right? So if we think about that, right, then that's the truth. Same with Horace Grant. And then we think about, you know, some other players that came along, guys like Bill Carr that they traded for, right? They traded Charles Oakley away, who was like Michael Jordan's like best friend. They traded Charles Oakley away, and then they got a Bill Cartwright in return, right? So when you think about all these things, guys, you know, what are we saying here? What are we saying? You know, Scottie Pippen and a lot of these other detractors, they try to make it seem as if Jordan was playing with all this talent. And then Scottie Pippen came along, and that's when things start to work out. That's really what they try to make it seem as if. Jordan played with all these all-time great players, all these all-stars, and he just wasn't winning. And then all of a sudden, Scottie Pippen came along, and things just ended up working out. That's what they're trying to make it seem. And when people try to say things like Michael Jordan is a ball hog or Michael Jordan was a chucker and things like that, all he had to do was score, we know that's the first from the truth. Michael Jordan, as a rookie, led the Chicago Bulls in every major category. Every single category. As a rookie. So that just goes to show you right there that he was literally playing with nobody. Nobody. He was playing with all role players, minimal role players, guys, at best. How can a rookie come into the NBA and lead your team in every major statistic? It's just crazy when you think about that. So when people say that he was just a scorer, a ball hog, that proves that that wasn't the case right there, because he literally led the team in every statistic. I don't understand how you can be a ball hog or labeled as such when you're literally doing everything. You're doing everything. And then we all know as the years went on, right, his second, third, fourth, fifth year in the league, Michael Jordan was dominating on both ends of the ball, right? Both sides of the ball, Michael Jordan was dominant. He was one of the best players in the league on both ends, right? Early in his career. Early. There was no ball hogging. There was no, oh, Michael Jordan was just an isolation scorer. Michael Jordan played a certain way for those first 3, 4, 5 years because he had to play that way. And let's not forget also, guys, that when Doug Collins came in and coached the Chicago Bulls, right, he made it a point to have the ball in Michael Jordan's hands. That was the system, right? Michael Jordan running point guard, right? Michael Jordan controlling the game. Just, like I said, dominating the basketball. That was the way that Doug Collins wanted Michael Jordan to play the game. That's how he wanted the Bulls to play. Michael Jordan dominating the ball on offense, and the Bulls playing hard-nosed, tough defense, right? And Michael Jordan would just be too much on the offensive end, especially those first 4 or 5 years Michael Jordan was in the league. The dude was crazy on the offensive end, dropping 40, 50-point games all over the place. But then we think about Phil Jackson coming in and taking over in 1990, right? And bringing in Tex Winter and the triangle system, right? When we think about that, that is pretty much where any notion of Michael Jordan being a quote-unquote ball hog, or Michael Jordan having to play a certain style of basketball to keep his team competitive, a lot of one-on-ones and things like that, that was a thing of the past. Michael Jordan no longer needed to do those kinds of things. Because why? Not only did he have an actual system to play in now, right? But he also had teammates now that were starting to come along, right? Scottie Pippen, is it a coincidence? Scottie Pippen came in, became his first All-Star in 1990, the same year that Phil Jackson came in with the triangle system. I don't know if that was a coincidence, guys, right? It was all the timing. Look at it. Guys like a Horace Grant coming around, right? Coming into his own. Bill Cartwright acclimating himself into the Chicago Bulls, right? B.J. Armstrong coming on, John Paxson coming on. These guys coming along with Michael Jordan, catching up to Michael Jordan, right? Supporting Michael Jordan is what allowed them to be successful at that time, which allowed them to run the triangle system, right? Which helped them become winners. So when we think about 1990, Phil Jackson coming in, the triangle system, Michael Jordan's teammates, evolving and, getting better, that's kind of when you can't say anymore about Michael Jordan possibly being a ball hog or anything like that. Let's think about the 90s, guys. Throughout the entire 90s, right, when the Bulls were their most successful, people will still try to make it seem like Michael Jordan was a ball hog when the Bulls were winning championships, that all Michael Jordan had to do was score. They really believed that. I don't even know how anybody could really say that Michael Jordan, all he had to do was score, or that Michael Jordan was a ball hog. It couldn't be any further from the truth. And when we think about the 90s and we think about the triangle offense, right? We think about that triangle, guys. Michael Jordan was a master in the triangle offense. Michael Jordan was never a ball hog. Michael Jordan was great at always playing in the flow of the offense. I've done videos on this in the past, guys, about Michael Jordan always being under control, right? He was always under control. He always played under control. You never saw Michael Jordan taking a lot of ugly, bad shots with 3 guys in his face and behind the backboard. And, you never saw him taking these out-of-control shots. Yes, Michael Jordan had to take, bad shots every once in a while. The shot clock was running down, whatever the case was. But more often than not, Michael Jordan played under control. He played within the system. He was a master at that. He understood that. And once he saw the Bulls starting to be more successful at winning, right, more consistent at winning, he completely bought into the triangle offense. Because let's not forget, guys, when they brought in the Tex Winter triangle, and Phil Jackson came in, they wanted to take the ball out of Michael Jordan's hands. That's what they did essentially, right? They took the ball out of his hands and made it more of a team facilitating type thing, right? Scottie Pippen would bring the ball up and facilitate. Paxson would facilitate. Michael Jordan would facilitate. They would run, plays out of the post with Michael Jordan, and they would run, action off the side, and they would run, screens and all these things. And when you think about that, and you think about the Bulls running that offense, and you think about Michael Jordan playing in the triangle offense, it pretty much negated any possibility of him being a quote-unquote ball hog. So when people say these things, it's not accurate. When you think about the Bulls in the 90s, guys, I believe every single year in the 90s, the Bulls were either in the top 5 or the top 7 in assists per game every single season. I believe in 97, I believe they were number 2 in assists per game for the season. I believe the only year that they weren't, or the only years that they weren't in the top 5 in assists per game was, I believe, 98 and 93. I think it was 93 and 98. Those were the only 2 years that they weren't in the top 5 in assists per game. Like I said, I believe in 97 they were second. I think in 91 they were third in assists per game. Every other year they were in the top 5. So if that's the case, that obviously proves that Michael Jordan was not a ball hog. Michael Jordan wasn't out there taking 25, 30 shots a game on isolation plays, staring his defender down, you know what I'm saying, and then just going one-on-one. That obviously is proof that that wasn't happening. There's no way Michael Jordan taking 25, 30 shots a game on iso ball, one-on-one play, but the Bulls are number 3 in assists per game for that season. It's just not possible. What that does is it proves that Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls routinely and consistently played within the triangle offense. All the time. Yes, were there times that Michael Jordan deviated? Absolutely, guys. He's Michael Jordan, man. Do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted to do it at a high level. So, yeah, there were times that Michael Jordan had to take on more of the burden, right? He wasn't playing with any other scorers. Think about it, guys. Michael Jordan never played with another consistent secondary scorer. So when people try to make it seem like all Michael Jordan do was score, no, Michael Jordan had to score at an elite, historic level for the Bulls to be competitive. He had to average 30-plus points a game just for the Bulls to be competitive, right? We all know what happened in the 93 finals. He had to put up 41 points a game for the Bulls to win that series. Michael Jordan never played with a consistent secondary scorer. Scottie Pippen was never a consistent shooter, was never a consistent scorer. Scottie Pippen was averaging 16 points a game. Then he's averaging 18 points a game. Then he's averaging 14 points a game. Then he's averaging 19 points a game. He's all over the place. He's shooting 40% in one series. Then he's shooting 44% in the next series. Then he's shooting 50% in this series. Then he's shooting 38% in that series. You know what I'm saying? He's shooting 52% from the free throw line here, 70% there, 65 there. He's all over the place, Scottie Pippen, shooting on the offensive end. All over. Look at his career, guys. It's up and down. He was never a consistent shooter, never a consistent scorer, could never give you consistent points at a high level. Just couldn't do it. So when people try to make it seem as if Michael Jordan was just a scorer or that that's all he had to do, he literally, if he didn't do it at a historic level, the Bulls would never have won anything. Think about it, guys. If Michael Jordan were to average 25 points a game for his entire career while playing with Scottie Pippen, the Bulls never win any championships. They win 0 championships, guys. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the Bulls win any championships when Michael Jordan averaged 25 points a game playing with Scottie Pippen, guys. Just wouldn't happen. He had to average 30-plus. He had to. And he had to be historic. He had to have good efficiency, good shooting percentages for the Bulls to win. And when you think about the triangle offense and people trying to say Michael Jordan was a ball hog and people trying to say he was playing one-on-one basketball, yeah, those first 3 or 4 years, maybe he was doing that a little bit more often because he had to. And that was the offense that the coach wanted him to run. I told you that's what Doug Collins wanted. Michael Jordan to dominate the ball, right? Play the point guard position, be the facilitator, be the main scorer, all those things, and play elite defense. But when the triangle offense came along, Michael Jordan fed into it. He bought into it completely. Like I told you, once the Bulls started winning more, and Michael Jordan mastered it and played within the triangle system. Always, Michael Jordan routinely, consistently played within the triangle offense, even taking 25 shots a game, and he never deviated from the triangle system. And when I told you guys, the Bulls were always and consistently in the top 5 in assists per game for the regular season. So that proves that Michael Jordan and his teammates routinely passed the ball to each other. Yes, Michael Jordan is taking 22, 25 shots a game, absolutely. but his shots are coming out of the flow of the offense. People are passing him the ball off of action, or they're giving to him down low in the post. And Michael Jordan's working out of the post, drawing the double teams, kicking it out, faking it, and turning around and hitting the shots. You cannot be in the top 5 of assists per game and then have your main scorer be a one-on-one ball hog. It doesn't make any sense. It don't add up. I told you, it wasn't the Bulls were in the top 15 or the top 10. They were in the top 5 every single season in assists per game. Every year, guys. They played within the offense. Michael Jordan played within the offense. Don't forget that. You know, when people try to bring up stats and things like that, they often forget. Michael Jordan sacrificed his stats to play in the triangle system, to win. That's all that mattered to him, was Michael Jordan was winning. He wanted to win, and once he saw the Bulls were winning at a higher level, playing in the triangle, that's all he needed to buy in. And all the other Bulls fell in line after that. So don't ever let people try to say that Michael Jordan was a ball hog or a chucker, or all he had to do was score. We all know that was nonsense. Michael Jordan played within the triangle system. His teams were always consistently in the top 5 in assists per game because they played in an actual system. And Michael Jordan, as the leader, bought into that system, which allowed Phil Jackson to implement that system without any problems. No pushback. Not trying to get Phil Jackson fired, right? Not trying to get any of these guys traded. So shout out to Michael Jordan, guys. Once again, the celebration of Michael Jordan continues. Thank you guys for watching my videos, man. I really appreciate your feedback, the comments, all the love, man. I really appreciate that. My channel is a small channel. You know what I'm saying? I do not get paid for any of this stuff, guys. I just enjoy talking about 80s and 90s basketball, specifically Michael Jordan, because a lot of the hate is coming down on Michael Jordan, and they're lies. If there wasn't lies being said about Michael Jordan, it was people's opinions off of facts, and they were giving context to these things, then I really wouldn't have any problem with a lot of these people. But when people just make up lies to try to fit their narratives or to try to lift their player up above Michael Jordan, I won't allow it, and I won't stand for it. Because that's not how sports are, and that's not how we should be talking about these guys. We shouldn't have to lie about any of these guys, man. So once again, guys, thanks for watching my video, man. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, man. Michael Jordan was never a ball hog. He was never a chucker. Michael Jordan played within the triangle offense, all right? From 1990 to 1998, guys. Yes, those first 3-4 years in the league, he did have to play a little bit different style. They didn't have a triangle, but that was the way the coaches wanted Michael Jordan to play. They wanted him to dominate the ball. That's all they had. They had nobody else. Charles Oakley was Michael Jordan's second best player at one point. Charles Oakley. What is he doing on offense? You guys remember when Scottie Pippen did his first 2 years in the league on offense? Or Horace Grant or Bill Curry? What are any of these guys doing on offense? John Paxson, B.J. Armstrong. These guys are an offensive player. I told you. Michael Jordan never played with a secondary scorer, ever. So Michael Jordan had to do those carry jobs offensively those first 3-4 years until guys like Pippen and Grant came along further. Shit the way it was. Michael Jordan was never a ball hog. His teams were consistently in the top 5 in assists per game because they played in a triangle system, which proves that Michael Jordan was not a chucker or a ball hog. He always played in the system, man. Michael Jordan mastered the triangle system, mastered it.